Hello, this is János, it's Real World Audio, and today I'm following up about my previous video, Mystery Amplifier, can you guess it? And yes, there was a successful guess, and it was Mike Galusha who guessed correctly, and I'm reading his comment. I guessed Quicksilver. I have worked on a few for friends and they are well made. I have an old pair of Quicksilver M135 using EL34. They have great quality parts and I suspect they will last another 30 years. And for those of you who don't know, the M135, I'm really glad, Mike, that you mentioned it, because actually that was my mentor's, Stu's, favorite amplifier ever. So that was his plan, that when he retires and closes down his audio store, he wanted to keep his pair of M135 and listen to that in his late years. Sadly, nothing came out of it because he passed away before any of that could have happened. But just for you guys out there, if you can get a pair of M135 Quicksilvers, that's you are what a lot of people on the internet, when they say amplifiers like high level, they say like holy grail and things like that. That's the M135 is like a holy grail. we could call it holy grail amp, and they are excellent sounding, and it's truly like a really well deserving amplifier, absolutely really well made. They will last forever, sounds great, and even if you need like loads of power, they have loads of power. Even you can use it with lower efficiency speakers, even current hungry speakers, it can drive them easily. And but that's not the main point, like what it can drive, what it cannot drive, but it's that type of an amplifier that gives what I call natural sound or balanced sound, and it lets you connect to music, and it's like the best of the Quicksilvers. And if you know about Quicksilver, that's kind of a statement there. And you know what they are about. And yes, if you can find a pair, get them, and yes, they will more than likely last you another 30 years. And what Mike is doing, just servicing the amplifiers and maintaining them, that's all a well-made tube amplifier ever needs, just some maintenance and servicing. And by the way, the Quicksilver GLA I was talking about is right here, right in front of me. The camera is actually showing my face. If I had a mirror, I could show the amp. I cannot lift it, it's way too heavy, and it's on. So I have it hooked up to my variac, which is right next to my camera, and I'm slowly cranking it up. I'm reforming the capacitors in the amp, and that's something that I really warmly recommend for everyone to. If you have a tube amplifier and you are serious about it, just have a variac with you. And maybe, I think probably I have done videos on variacs before. If you can find it, I don't know, because when I give a title to one of my videos, I do not build my videos around the title. I just sit down, I don't have any script, I speak my mind, and then I give whatever title for a video, and I remember the content that I make, that I talked about the subject, but I have not the foggiest clue what was the title that I gave it, because I come up with the titles at the moment when I'm uploaded the video, and when it's uploading I'm thinking what would be a good title, and then I give like 10 seconds for that thought, and then afterwards I forget about the title. So anyway, if there's any if you want me to remake the variac video, to talk about what variacs do, how to use a variac, to help you with your tube amplifier maintenance, I can do that. And so for now I have the Quicksilver GLA warming up in front of me, and I'm going to make, I promise that I'm going to make a video. It will take a little bit of effort from me, so I will have to do that probably on one of these weekends. Anyway, I cannot make any promises for now, because it looks like my upcoming weekend, this weekend will be major like car suspension rework. That will probably just take the whole weekend, and so that will wipe out my free time for this weekend. And then next week we'll see what happens. It's like Christmas season, it should be wind down, but at my workplace it's like crazy wind up. It's like really rough, very long hours, short staffing, even longer hours. So that's what I get. But sadly that's reality. Is that, you know, Christmas time is the time when people, you know, want to watch me more videos, want to hang out more, and, you know, relax. And this is the time when I'm just absolutely overwhelmed at work, and the hardest time to make any videos whatsoever. So anyway, back to the Quicksilver GLA and the video on it. So actually, like, I'm now like responding to the comments. Gerard, thank you, Gerard. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well. Gerard is in Hamburg, and he is really serious DIYer, got into DIY building speakers, and he's put together a really fine system. And he has his own website and audio circle he's developing in Germany, and I think this is what audio is about, creating audio friendships and inspiring each other. And thank you, Gerard. And by the way, he gifted me with 2 pairs of Sonido drivers, and and I'm going to build speakers out of them. And this is my plan for like almost about for 2 years. I already bought the wood, the material for the cabinets, but my auntie's cancer and car troubles, etc., have been delaying the speaker build. So that's really sad from my part, but it's just being delayed, but not forever. I really hope that sooner than later I can build the Sonidos, and those might be the last pair of speakers that I built for quite a while, because after I build them I won't have any more space to put speakers to. And contrary to what some of you might think of me, that I'm just building speakers like day and night, like turning them out by the hundreds, that's not true at all. If a friend of mine, sometimes I build speakers for friends and family, that's okay, but for myself I only build speakers when I know I'm going to use them and keep them. So I don't build speakers just to rotate them out and just to toss out one that I'm already using. So if it cannot stay with my other speakers, then I don't even get into it. And I only build a speaker project when I'm super duper convinced already that it will have good synergy with the equipment that I have. And that's kind of my advice for everyone, is don't just go into acquiring all kinds of speakers or amplifiers, whether you build them or you buy them commercially, but be more refined about it, more oh, cats, Sylvester just running. But be more selective about your equipment choices, and look not for just random reviews on audio gear, but seek out feedback from people who report synergy between equipment, because doesn't matter how good a certain piece of equipment is, if it does not mate well, does not pair well with the rest of your system, it will not deliver. It will make you very unhappy. Because when you have something, a gear that you add to your system that has really great qualities but doesn't synergize with your equipment, that will totally ruin your life. For one, because it will show you some qualities that you will get addicted to. But it's not a good match with your system, and it will bring down other aspects with the music listening experience that will be so bothersome that you won't be able to tolerate it. So you have to get rid of it. And then you are ruined, because you got hooked on to a certain feature that it brought to you, maybe tighter bass or more extended top end or better dynamics or like good snap. And now, but maybe it totally ruined the tonality, or you just like notice that music just doesn't involve you anymore. So in these cases you are ruined, because then you go back to something that you had before that didn't have that snap, that didn't have that bass you were looking for, or mid-range or whatever, and then your tonality is good now, but you are not happy. So that's why I'm suggesting to get informed about what people experience, what brings them synergy, and build a system that synergizes, where the units synergize with each other. So make sure that if you, for example, are working with commercial amplifiers, learn what brand of cables work with it, what speakers do work well with it, what kind of room acoustics, what kind of sources, and do that. And how to get into that? The number one thing is that you have to pick your focus. You need to really zero in to what is it that you want. Do you want a system that has just like as an audiophile system, that where you want just pure detail retrieval? Is it your criteria? If you want to get the most out of detail retrieval, then you go one direction, and that gives you a certain synergy of equipment. Or do you want to have a connection to the music? You want to have like music open up to you, and you'll be able to enjoy whatever you want to listen to. That gives you at a diametrically opposite direction compared to the pure audiophile approach. And that's the problem, that the main mistake that people make, that they don't pick a priority and they just try to randomly go, and then you go one step towards one direction and then two steps to the other one, and then you notice that it just doesn't work, because the components in your system are just fighting each other, and that doesn't work. So for example, why I mentioned this Quicksilver amplifier, this is the amplifier that will bring you towards the path that is about music and connection to music. And for example, I talk about the cable synergy. So if you want to get cables with it, connect it to your speakers, your sources. I don't recommend Cardas or MIT cables. That will totally ruin, or most likely ruin, its synergy. Get like Kimber cables, or what else? Harmonic Technologies. These two brands synergize extremely well with Quicksilver amplifiers. And also get speakers which for example Wondersteins. So many of my friends who have Quicksilver amplifiers have Wonderstein speakers. Either the 1 or the 2 or 2 CE. So if you put like Wonderstein and Quicksilver, that's just fantastic. They are really well synergistic with each other, and get like Kimber cables or Harmonic Tech cables, and you don't have to get like brand new of everything. If you buy like second-hand things, you can save a lot of money about it, especially nowadays, because it seems that everyone is really looking into the newest, the shiniest, the latest. And then if you have like a 10-year-old Quicksilver or 20-year-old or 30-year-old, then you can get them at really reasonable prices, and they are really sturdy, long-lasting, and I will share you what kind of tweaks you can do with it, which are like simple modifications that can really elevate their sound and make their synergy with the Wondersteins even stronger. So I think that's about for today's episode, and thank you my friends who commented and shared your Christmas wishes. And have a wonderful day and a wonderful holiday season, and don't forget to listen to more music. Bye bye.